Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate and talk about the gaming industry growth in Abu Dhabi and the launch of the AD Gaming Initiative. Today we're going to speak to gaming industry leaders, top game developers in Abu Dhabi, esports team managers, esports producers, and those that are building the foundations of the gaming industry right here in the capital through our talent development programs. All of these exciting developments come under the government-run AD Gaming Initiative. It is for game developers, it is for aspiring young talent wanting to forge a career in this industry, it is for esports fans, teams and esports operators. AD Gaming is truly a collaborative, government-run effort. There's a growing list of industry stakeholders here in the capital for whom the initiative is here to serve, and you'll meet many of them in the next hour. You're all aware, no doubt, about the growth of the gaming industry and what it's experiencing right now, accelerated by the fact that people have had more time indoors in the last year or so, but more predominantly, there's the underlying technology advancements pioneered by companies such as Unity Technologies that power so many of the games we all play, through to the onset of streaming services, 5G mobile technology, and the new consoles recently released. In all areas, the industry is advancing and growing at an unprecedented pace. Esports is connecting people across the globe from all backgrounds and all walks of life. We'll hear more about some of these international initiatives when we speak to the Emirates Esports Association later. There's also the role that gaming and gamification is playing in the education system. Interactive learning using AR and VR technologies, teamwork, problem solving, all enhancing the learning process across all age groups. Across the industry, changes are taking place at a rapid pace. Nowhere is this more evident than the GCC. Thanks to high smartphone penetration and a young population, it's a fact that UAE has one of the largest expenditures per capita on gaming in the world. The industry in the GCC is worth $820 million a year and it's growing fast. The gaming industry growth strategy is a key component of Abu Dhabi's overall media sector strategy and part of the Emirates economic vision for 2030. So, to put AD Gaming growth plan in place and make it actually happen, we're removing barriers to entry for regional and international game developers looking to run their operations right here in Abu Dhabi, offering long-term support for their operations on the ground in the capital. As the company numbers grow, with this world-class support that we're offering, jobs will be created, and they'll be fueled by the abundance of skilled, creative talent we have right here in the region. You'll hear more about the talent development programs aimed at harnessing and moving this creative talent from the education system into industry later on in the hour as well. Right now, however, I'll hand you over to my colleague Sultan, Mr. Gaming through and through, who'll tell you more about the work done so far and how this could benefit you or your business here in Abu Dhabi. Thank you.
Thanks, James. As you mentioned earlier, a key part of AD Gaming's efforts is building a robust framework of both soft and hard infrastructure. Infrastructure that will allow companies, freelancers, and students to succeed in Abu Dhabi. Towards the end of last year, the Media Zone Authority launched 57 new licensing categories. And these licensing categories will cater to a full range of gaming and esports companies, as well as freelancers that operate in this space. The new licenses are tailored to give game developers, game publishers, esports companies, virtual and augmented reality providers, you name it. It's meant to give them a bespoke solution for setting up in Abu Dhabi at 2454. And these licenses made 2454 the first free zone in the region to offer dedicated esports licensing. This demonstrates our commitment to growing this industry. 2454 also has a range of subsidies available to gaming companies, helping to remove any barriers for entry that may exist, and allowing these companies to just focus on what they do best, producing top-tier content. And on the infrastructure side, the gaming hub at Yas Creative Hub will be the home to the regional's gaming industry.
The Yas Creative Hub, our new home, is going to triple the size of the media industry by giving 2.9 million square feet of space to anyone interested in opening up a media and entertainment business here in Abu Dhabi. We plan on having 16,000 media professionals, over 600 firms, all based right here on our Yas Creative Hub campus. At the end of this year, the Yas Creative Hub will be providing state-of-the-art production facilities, flexible workspaces, and event spaces, as well as, of course, the Gaming Hub, which is a partnership between 2454 and Unity Technologies. This is a place for local startups, for students, and people passionate about the gaming industry to pick up the key skills that they need in order to succeed. And we're going to make sure that the Yas Creative Hub is a home for all gaming and esports partners, and our partnership with Unity Technologies will make sure that the core competencies for anyone interested in picking up these key skills are there. "2454 truly believes that gaming and esports is the future of the media and entertainment industry, and we will continue to champion this ecosystem right here in Abu Dhabi." And now we're about to have an exciting conversation with game development companies creating their content right here in Abu Dhabi. And we're excited to have them be a part of the 2454 and AD gaming ecosystem. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
Hey everyone, thank you guys for being here with us today. We're really excited to have a conversation about game development with all of you. And with us in the panel today, we have Kareem from Robocom VR, Ahmed from Khusuf Studios, we have G from Boss Bunny, and Amran from Kashkool. I think we'll start with you, Ahmed. Can you tell us a bit about your studio and some of the awesome projects you're working on?
Sure thing. First of all, thank you for having us. I really appreciate the opportunity. My name is Ahmed Yassin Natche. I'm the co-founder and lead developer of Khusuf Studio. To not take too much of your time and everyone's time, simply put, we are currently working in two major projects that are planned for international release by the end of the year, inshallah. The first one is called Shadow Dreams. It is a first-person shooter RPG style type of game where you play as the last thought of hope to enter a suicidal person's mind. So it's a very entertaining game in the sense of like the fast-paced shooting skills, but it has a very deep story attached to it where you learn how to deal with the emotional trauma and these sort of mental illnesses along the way. The other game is called Astral Hound, which is a mystery horror virtual reality game, which we are also planning on releasing on the international market.
That's awesome, Ahmed. That's really cool. I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say we're really excited to see these projects hit the market. I think I'll hand it over to you, Amran. Amran, can you tell us a bit about yourself and Kashkool Games?
Sure. My name is Imran Al-Mansouri. I'm a main developer and founder of Kashkool Studios. Our current project is called Shiba, A New Dawn. Sheba is a story-based side-scroller or platformer game. It's a Metroidvania style with a few RPG elements. The story is based on a Middle Eastern environments and mythologies of this area. So we hope to publish the game on Steam and PlayStation and Xbox.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Thank you. Karim, over to you. Can you tell us a bit about the games you're developing, and also a little bit about the Esports Centre at Al Khana, which I'm sure the audience will really want to know about?
Hi everyone, how are you guys? Pleasure to meet you all. My name is Karim Brahim. I'm the CEO of Robocon VR. What is Robocon VR? We specialize in location-based simulations, specifically VR simulations, virtual reality simulations. So our first project in Dubai was VR Park, Amal Entertainment's VR Park, which we were a major partner in, and developed some of the content and a couple of machines. After that, we were able to license our location-based entertainment simulations, and we acquired Hasbro's Transformers as well as Discovery Channel, won a couple of awards for the game. So it gives you kind of the, so what we do, just to put it very simply for those of you who are not familiar with simulations, is that we have a flight simulator, and inside this flight simulator, you would be the Autobot in the Transformers world, and then you would have to go up against Decepticons. It's a fully 360-degree rotating cabinet, 180-degree motion, as well as full interactivity. So our bread and butter in the company is hardware simulations. We do create the content as well. We do have an in-house studio in Beirut as well. And our latest project in the pipeline is in Al Khana, Abu Dhabi, actually. And that project is it's the first of its kind. It's 4 different sub-projects into one project, into one singular FEC center. It's the first ever open world VR cross-platform VR game. So you have multiple types of simulators all functioning and simulating in one world, while there's a series of missions you have to complete. The second is a digitized event space for gamers and tech enthusiasts. The third is the first ever in the region esports academy. We have a lot of publishers, a lot of brands on board to give some classes to strengthen the ecosystem and giving back to the community here in Abu Dhabi and Emirates. And lastly, we have a Pixel Diner. It's a game specific diner. So if you were to think of Hard Rock Cafe or Planet Hollywood, it's the same ideology, but into gaming IPs and to gaming references. So yeah, in short, that's what we do and what's in the pipeline.
That's all a beautiful summary. In short.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool. That's really awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
Can you tell us a little bit about Boss Bunny, about what you guys are doing, what you're developing, and what's going on there?
Sure, thank you very much. Great to be here, by the way, and great to meet everybody. I'm sure we'll meet each other in person soon. So Boss Bunny is focused on mobile games, iOS, Android, and all the other handsets as well. We launched just over a year ago. We currently have offices in Dubai. We will be moving to open a new studio in Abu Dhabi very soon, a development studio there as well. This year we'll be launching 11 games, a mixture of hyper-casual games, mid-core games, and also games with very famous IP. So we've announced late last year, a game with Chris Fade, the #1 DJ in the region for Virgin. We also announced that we are making the game for Frege, the very, very famous cartoon series in the region. There are a couple of other major IPs that we are hoping to announce very soon as well, including working with some very large corporates in the MENA region too. But we're really focused on getting some hyper-casual games out there this year as well. And we're currently working on hiring the team to put them in place in Abu Dhabi so we can start pumping out great hyper-casual games for the region. So yeah, I mean, we've had a very, very interesting 12 months and it's great to still be here.
Thanks, G.
Thanks, G. My next question really, and it's open-ended, so anyone can just jump in if they feel like they have they have some good advice. But what tips would you guys give, given that you've already started your businesses and you guys are developing games? What tips would you guys have for people that are just trying to start out today?
And I was going to just add to that if I could, because I'm interested to know.
Sorry, please.
What are the challenges that game developers find when they're about to launch their first game? And these games, as you mentioned, Ahmed, can take a long time to develop. What opportunities and what tips would you give people to try and generate a revenue scheme with your talent and your skill that brings money in or brings revenues into the business while you're developing that first big game? We discussed a little bit about some opportunities that you found where you can generate those revenues and keep the business going.
Yeah. Well, from my side, honestly, like I'm just speaking perhaps on a smaller scale, but maybe that is the right answer because we're speaking about individuals and they want to start their journey in the whole game development industry, whether it's career or hobby or whatever it is. But in my case, personally, I used to work as a civil engineer for 4 years. So while I'm working, I started learning game development in all of its aspects. And then I started the concept of Shadow Dreams back in 2016, and the game that I've been talking about right now. Since 2016, we started working on that game and the concept and developing it and all that stuff. So coming back to your question, like how do you generate a side revenue to keep the game alive, keep that project alive? Because eventually, without any sort of income, the whole thing falls apart. But one thing that people need to understand, that before you worry about the money, you need to worry about a lot of things that have to do with something that a lot of developers forget about, which is, as Omran mentioned, game design. You need to learn how to design a game before you even touch a keyboard. And it's all got to do with your way of thinking, with your approach to how you want to create the game, with what kind of way you're going to go about it, how to plan it. There are many things to go about before you start worrying about the money and how am I going to fund my game. First of all, you need to answer the question, is my game good enough? Because if your game is not good, then you're just like dumping your money in the trash. And I've seen like a lot of people go down that path and they eventually get frustrated because they're not seeing the correct response that they were hoping for. And just to summarize the answer, the best way to make sure that you have got yourself something that you should invest in is to go to conventions and put yourself out there, which is what I've done for a long time ago. Ever since I got a small playable segment of the game, I went to conventions and I'm like, here's the laptop, play the game, and just show me. I just want to see the faces of people playing the game and judge the concept based on that. And the concept went through many revisions before it reached its final form, which is, alhamdulillah, right now is getting a lot of traction, is getting a lot of attention in the right directions. So it's a complicated answer, but I believe it goes something in that rhythm, yes.
Thanks.
That's amazing, Ahmed. I mean, I think that's really good advice for sure. Would anyone else like to give some of their insights and some of their input?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would like to say, be realistic. Be realistic about what you can do. A lot of people, two or three people, bedroom studios, they think they're going to build the next PUBG, the next Fortnite, the next FIFA. You're probably not. Good luck if you do. Fantastic. Well done. Please talk to me about investment in your company before you launch the game. But you're probably not going to make that game first of all. So be realistic what you can do. Also manage your timelines. Project creep is insidious in the games industry. People never finish a game. They want to add more and more. Build a game and launch something, prototype it. Especially it's easier to do on the mobile sector. And just prototype a game and find out what people like to see. And also look for other income streams. At Boss Bunny, we were focusing 100% on hyper-casual. To find a hyper-casual game, a hyper-casual hit is pretty hard to do. And so, as we were talking, basically you need to earn money to keep the lights on and to basically pay your staff. And so we then started to link with major IP who came to us. They wanted the game. And then also large corporates have come to us looking for a game. So what we've managed to do is keep Boss Bunny going with at the level we wanted to and developing the amount of games we want. 11 games a year for this year is quite a few games. But we've been able to manage to do that while still looking for the hyper-casual magic formula by bringing other sources of revenue. So that's it really. To me, I would say make sure you've got revenue to keep the lights on. And also be realistic about what you're going to achieve, especially in the early days. And don't be put off. Don't be put off. Everybody will always tell you, they could make a better game. They don't like this game. They don't like what you're doing there. If you believe in what you're doing, go for it.
I actually completely agree with you guys. These are really valid points. I just want to add a few points that in game development, you'll have to be patient. And as much as I'm enthusiastic, I'm very excited to publish the game, I'll have to delay everything and plan everything accordingly before start producing the game. So in pre-production, this is the most important phase in game development, my opinion, because here you still did not start paying for production. You're on planning phase. So if you're starting your game, starting your company, you're going to have your own time to plan for free. You're not going to pay anyone. This is your game. So you'll plan it. You'll take your time planning it. And you really have to put your effort there. Don't go easy on this phase. We actually went somehow easy on this phase. We came up with around, if I may approximate the writing, it's around 100 pages on pre-production. But once we start production, everything expanded and everything, we noticed that a huge chunk of the game was missing. So we actually escalated that to more than 1,000 pages. So you really have you really have to put your effort on pre-planning before starting producing and losing a lot of money. And another point I wanted to talk about is that in game design and in game development, you'll have to do collaboration work. You cannot, or it is extremely difficult to make a game by yourself. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is to look for talents. If you're a developer, look for artists. If you're an artist, look for a developer and look for animators, look for sound designers. Make a group, collaborate, and build your game as a group. Don't try to push yourself to make everything yourself. And you're gonna have to be patient a lot. Be patient. So
I can imagine. I'm sure, especially if it's a project you're really passionate about, Amran, it's something you want to take your time with and make sure that you get it just right before you put it out there.
Exactly. But I think what Umran said there is actually massively important. The pre-production, getting the game design documents right before you even touch a keyboard, and spending time. For example, with the Freeze game that we're making, we were 3 months just to create the game design document in detail as much as possible. But you're right. As much as you think you've got everything, you will start developing the game and then realize, wow, we totally forgot about this. So it's so important. The pre-production is so important. And the point you just brought out about talent as well. One of the things that Boss Bunny are really excited about moving to Abu Dhabi with a studio there and working closer with people like yourselves and other companies there is more talent around. One of the big issues I've personally found over the last year is finding the right talent. Especially development talent. And so it'll be fantastic when we open our studio in Abu Dhabi and we've got the support there from the different people and the guys on the call. So yeah, the pre-production and talent, really two really important points by Imran there.
Yeah, we're looking forward, G, to telling everyone more about that in the later on in the hour, when we move on to a section on what we're doing as a government to promote talent development in the gaming industry. Watching this video, there's going to be a lot of young, aspiring game developers out there. You guys will be recruiting. You are recruiting. You have recruited lots of people in the past. What advice would you give? What do you look for in a young professional looking to start out their career in game development? Is there anything that stands out above the else, which is maybe a trait or a skill or something about that you would look for in them, and advice you would give them?
From my side, if I may, sorry about that. From my side, what's it called? Because it actually depends on the studio, and I'm sure like we all come in different ranges right now. Like mashallah, Robocom and Boss Bunny, I believe they're on a bigger scale than the independent studios with like 10 and less employees. But from my side, as on that spectrum, I would look for someone that can adapt. Honestly, that is more important than anything for me at least, because the technology literally like changes on a weekly basis. Like we're working on a software and suddenly one software comes out and that makes the other one that we were using for 2 years redundant. And that person, that employee, that whoever it is, needs to be adaptable to those changes and quickly. That is the star feature that I look for when I hire anyone.
That's great advice. Thank you, Ahmed. Anybody else can help?
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I look for all the time is people that have tried. People that want to be in games, they really want to be in games. I get CVs all of the time from people that have never done anything games related. They see an advert and decide to apply to become the lead developer or the game designer, and they've never done anything in games. Now, I wish them well. I genuinely do. It's a tough world out there. But what I like to see is people that maybe have gone to game jams, maybe with a couple of their friends, they've developed something, especially on mobile, it's easier to do. And they've got some stuff that we can look at. And that shows to me their passion for what they're looking to do. It shows me the kind of skills that they've got. But really, it shows a real interest in games as opposed to, I'm just after another job. Because when we hire somebody, we put a lot of trust in them and we basically empower these people to go and do things. And if it's not something that they're really interested in, it's just something that they're there for 9 to 5 to earn a paycheck. It doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it with me. I'm after people with passion. So yeah, that's the most important thing for me. People that can show passion, and they can show from an earlier age the kind of games like. One of the first questions we asked here on the call was, the second question was, what are your games you like? What games did you like playing? Why did you like these game genres? And you can weed people out incredibly quickly when you ask them what games they played, because they make it up and they don't really understand it. So I want people with passion. That's the most important thing for me.
And that's I'm sure very important. And I guess, do you think that's the secret sauce or the X factor in having a viral, like successful game? Is it the talent that you onboard? Is it the people that put their passion into it that lead to these games becoming really successful?
I think it's the talent, the game designer, and also, frankly, it's how much spaghetti you throw at the wall and see what sticks. Especially with hyper casual games, you're churning them out. Some studios produce 30, 60 hyper casual games a year. And so it is a combination of all of these things. And ultimately, in many cases, it's a combination of luck. You just got to keep trying. You can't give in.
And just to build up on your point, G, is this sort of career, as technical as it is, as much as there are like many things to know and like know how to do them, if you don't know why they are being made, if you don't have that gamer instinct, I don't want to sound too cheesy, but if you don't have that gamer instinct in you, then most likely your work will reflect that lack of knowledge as well. So it is technical, very technical, but also quite creative. And that is important, yes.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be, basically, it's a game. It's got to be fun. And I think,
exactly.
I think in many cases, games development over the last 5-6 years has lost about being fun. It's about being graphics. It's about looking flash. Look at maybe a very large game that came out 2 years ago that everybody was talking about. Begins with an A, ends in an M. And it was all about flash. It was all about graphics. It had been in development for over 6 years, costing tens of millions of dollars. And frankly, it just didn't get anywhere because I don't know what happened. Somewhere along that process, they lost the passion for what it was, and it all became about look at me, as opposed to having fun playing.
I actually completely agree with you guys. And I also believe passion is very important to drive you through this experience. But there is also one more point I'd like to point out is that if you're new to this industry, you really have to get your hand dirty. If you're not willing to work, if you're not willing to experience, if you're not willing to try, then you're not fit here. Actually, honestly, many people came and asked me, I want to be a game designer. I want to be a game developer. And when you ask them, what is a game designer, they just freeze. And, okay, you're trying to be a game designer. You have to learn what is a game designer. You have to try to be a game designer by yourself. It's like building your life, your portfolio, your career. You have to start from yourself with your own will to learn. I think this is really important to have.
What distribution tips do you guys have? And how can you give advice to people that need to market their products to the world?
Okay. Well, this is pretty much what Boss Bunny spent most of last year doing, looking at the right routes to market, especially for hyper casual in the region. What a lot of people don't know, for example, Saudi Arabia is the number 5 in terms of revenue generator now for games globally. But then it's nearly all PUBG, FIFA, Fortnite, major AAA console PC titles. Although it does have quite a large, well, the region as a whole has a large hyper-casual audience. But we were trying to find that out, which is the best way to go. Just stopping his cat come in front of the camera. Sorry, my cat is trying to come in front of my camera.
Hey, he's welcome, no worries, man.
Are you coming? Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
Of course.
There we go. The joys of working from home.
Well, excuse me, attention is not on me, so like, what are you doing?
But yeah, I mean, I would essentially say 2 things. First of all, try with small budgets across most of the profiles, most of the medias. So we've been hitting all of the social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of these at the moment. Try them with small campaigns to see what you get. Something we haven't done, but somebody's recommended to me, and I'm really think it's a great idea. Some people have created adverts for games that don't even exist. So if you think we're going to build this game, but does anybody want to do it? So people have created an ad, an animation, some nice graphics, and they've spent maybe $1,000 putting this ad out there into the different ad networks, and just to see what response they get. And I think honestly, I think that's an amazing idea. It was just the other day that somebody told me about this. I'm like, okay, we're going to try this. Because before I get into the whole game development side of things and the money it costs, we could look at doing that. But overall, I would say try with small scale efforts. Also, don't rely too much on agencies. There are a lot of agencies around that say they can do this, they can do that. Frankly, you will probably have more experience than them about games and gamers and where to find the gamers. A lot of these agencies, they work with a big brand, so they may work with, I don't know, a large shoe manufacturer or a clothing brand, fine. But also when it comes to finding gamers, they really don't have a clue. You have a better idea than those agencies. So try it yourself, try it small, and try it with regular campaigns as well. And be creative, things like these adverts that don't even have a game behind them, just to see if it's worth developing a game like that. So be creative and try small things.
That's really interesting. Like,
That's
it's
awesome.
really beautiful to see it from different point of views, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like for me, like I've been like the studio has been operational on one game for the past 5 years. So like our way of thinking is completely different, and I love that. It's such a refreshing way of seeing things. For my side, honestly, like I know it's a long subject, but just to put it in a few words, I believe that the best marketing strategy is a good game. That's like that like if you have a good game, that is the best marketing strategy that you can do. And you, like the rest is just like sprinkling salt on a good burger, as Kareem says. So like, yeah, I believe that the foundation is a good game, and marketing it should be easy if the game is good. Yeah.
I think that's so true, especially games that are released on Steam. If you have a good reception on Steam and you get great reviews and peer reviews, I think it's absolutely fantastic. But also, I would agree with you. We launched a game last year. We put some marketing spend behind it. And then we realized from the metrics, the KPIs, that the game actually wasn't what anybody wanted. So it didn't matter how much money we spent on marketing. If people don't like the game, they're not going to play the game. They may come in initially through the front door, and if they don't like the game, they'll leave through the back door very, very quickly. So we're 100% right. So agree with you.
Thank you all. I think that's
thank you, Kareem.
been hugely informative, very interesting. And Sultan, any final words?
Yeah, no, I mean, thank you guys so much, and we're really excited to have you guys, be developing the content that you are out of Abu Dhabi and with us here at 2454. If anything, I could say that hopefully when we do this again next year, we'll have a bigger panel of even more people that'll talk about their own experiences, to compare to yours. So thank you guys so much for your time, and I'm sure we'll chat again. We'll chat again soon.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, James and Sultan. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Been nice
Yes.
to see you.
Yeah, then. Thank you.
Have a good day, all. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Besides creating the right infrastructure for gaming and esports companies, one of our biggest goals is to ensure we have the right talent pool by nurturing Abu Dhabi's next generation of creative professionals to allow the sustainable growth of the Emirates media sector. As we move to a more diversified economy, video game development is a highlight skilled career, and because of the growth in the region's industry, there is high demand for certified professionals. That's why we are proud to partner with one of the gaming industry's titans, Yunity Technologies, to bring its gaming expertise to educational institutions and students across our country and enhance their learning journey. Last year, we have announced that Yunity Technologies would be launching its Center of Excellence here in Abu Dhabi. It will be at our dedicated gaming hub in our new home, Inyas Creative Hub. We are joined today by Johanna Rekir, Head of Strategic and Business Development for the Middle East and Africa at Yunity Technologies, to talk more about our partnership.
Thank you, Maifa. The world is a better world with more creators in it. Yunity is the world's leading platform for creating and operating real-time 3D content. Our platform provides a comprehensive set of software solutions to create, operate, and monetize interactive real-time 2D and 3D content for mobile phones, tablets, PCs, consoles, and augmented and virtual realities devices. Last year, 2454 and Yunity entered in a partnership with the Center of Excellence program. It has for goals to create a pipeline of talents, close the skill gap, and support the development of the existing gaming ecosystem. The Center of Excellence creates a hub for harnessing a startup ecosystem, battle testing skills, and accelerating the game development innovation to support the growth of digital technologies. 3 main pillars are available under the partnership: academic, startup, and industry. With the academic pillar, the skills program offers a unique approach of training and skilling in real-time technology to build local capabilities and capacities and to address job demand. Our Yunity experts deliver train-the-trainer sessions to instructors to become Yunity certified. We also provide training content and certification, as well as access to our Academic Alliance program. The startup and industry pillars enable local gaming IP creation, innovation programs, retraining, trusted advisors, consulting, and continuous learning to support gaming studio success and existing organizations.
Thank you so much, Johanna. At the end of last year, we have announced our first education partner to benefit from Yunity's Train the Trainer program, which is Abu Dhabi University. Since then, we have 3 universities partner with us: NYU Abu Dhabi, Higher Colleges of Technology, and University of Sharjah. Our partnership with these institutions will promote the placement of the skilled graduates into the private sector workforce by introducing them directly to Abu Dhabi-based gaming and esports companies. And now, let's hear from some of the professors who will be taking part in this program.
Hi, my name is John Bonner, and I'm a visual arts and theater instructor here at NYU Abu Dhabi. And I'm really excited to be part of Yunity's Training the Trainer program. As a lighting and scenic designer for theater, I've used a number of different programs to create 3D virtual layouts of scenic and lighting designs for theater. And I'm really excited to see what Unity can do, not only in the realm of video game design, but also in the world of designing for other fields.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm from New York University, Abu Dhabi. I am an arts instructor of the interactive media program there. So I'm really excited about the Unity Train the Trainer program because I personally like playing video games and I always wanted to learn how to build video games with Unity. And I know for a fact there are a lot of students at our school that are really interested in the game industry. So I just can't wait to dive into the training and learn how Unity works. And that's why I really appreciate this opportunity. And I really want to say thank you, Unity, and thank you to 454.
Hi, my name is Kevin Troon. I'm a lecturer at the High Colleges of Technology. I believe this Unity training program will enable the younger generation of students the opportunity to express their creativity through game development.
Hi, my name is Johannes Douglas. I'm a lecturer here at HCT. I'm really happy to see that game design is being offered here in the UAE and that the people of Abu Dhabi in particular, the students, will be able to really get a chance to learn this exciting and, of course, rapidly growing new field.
Hello, I'm Mizani, and I'm very happy to be a part of the team who will be joining the Unity 3D program for training for trainer. I believe the future in the gaming industry is very promising, and Abu Dhabi has made a very right decisions to offer this opportunity to young generations in developing game and making Abu Dhabi as one of the most important hub for gaming. Thank you very much.
Hi, Safura here. I'm a lecturer at HCT Ras Al Khidmah. I think this Unity Train the Trainers program is a wonderful initiative that will enable us to train our students and expose them to the wealth of opportunities in the game industry. I'm really looking forward to this.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Zahida Abdul. I'm from High College of Technology, Sharjah Summa campus. So first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to join the Unity Train for Trainer program. I'm very excited actually, and I hope that knowledge I gain from this workshop can help me to give an exposure to my students in encourage them to produce more project or involve in the games marketing development.
Hi, Ilishir. I'm the Educational Technologist at University of Sharjah. I believe this Unity Train the Trainers program is a great platform for educators to train students and expose them to gaming industry, especially in UAE.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Ghazal and I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Abu Dhabi University and currently in Unity's Train the Trainer program. We're quite excited about being able to soon train the next generation of UAE-based game developers.
As you heard earlier, the gaming industry is growing rapidly in both users and in revenues and in growing faster in the MENA region than anywhere else in the world, with esports being one of the fastest growing segments. As it approaches the milestone of becoming a $1 billion industry, the global of esports market shows tremendous potential and presents many opportunities for both public and private sector organizations. And the regional esports market is no different, with entities across Abu Dhabi coming together to advance this exciting industry. The steady growth of the general esports industry represents an exciting sector for the country, as mobile esports saw a huge spike last year, thanks to the UAE high smartphone penetration and young population. AD Gaming will act as the center for gaming tournaments in Abu Dhabi, bringing the Emirates competitive gaming community together. Throughout this drive to put Abu Dhabi on the esports map, we are working with a range of Abu Dhabi entities to accelerate the development of the sector. In 2020, we partnered with the UAE Pro League to host a FIFA tournament that welcomed 30 UAE-based gamers to compete for a cash prize. And earlier this year, we announced that the Emirates Esports Association, who are a member of the International Esports Federation, will be joining us at Yas Creative Hub to further advance the esports industry. Esports companies will be able to operate and grow their businesses out of the headquarters of Yas Creative Hub's Gaming Hub. This 360-degree approach means that companies, from esports tournament organizers to competitive gaming teams, will benefit hugely from AD Gaming. In turn, they will contribute to the economic growth and diversification of Abu Dhabi, and firmly place the Emirate on the map for the gaming industry. So it's safe to say that the esports industry offers some of the most exciting opportunities in Abu Dhabi's growing media and entertainment sector. And I'm glad to be joined today with some of our partners who are championing this growth under the umbrella of AD Gaming, including Team Nigma, that will be joining the AD Gaming ecosystem from Abu Dhabi.
Hi everyone. Today we have a very exciting panel discussion with some of our great friends who works in the esports industry. And I would like to mention that esports is the future of gaming. Esports is the industry that grows day by day, second by second. And we have a lot of talents that we want to develop here in the region in Abu Dhabi. And today I'm going to introduce three of our partners who will help us in shaping the esports industry in Abu Dhabi and the region. So let me start with Serge. Hi, Serge.
Hey, Amar, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm very, very good. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. So Serge is from Empire Play, which is an esports production company based in Abu Dhabi. Serge, do you want to tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So originally Empire Play was a small department in a bigger company called Empire Entertainment that was specialized in entertainment and content distribution. And about 2 years back, I launched the department because obviously the entertainment landscape was changing and we needed to adapt and really deliver on the need of our new consumers that are fully into gaming and fully into esports and growing by the minute. So with the help of Abu Dhabi, we decided to register and to launch in Abu Dhabi as a separate entity with a full growth plan. And what we do is we're basically a service provider. We do tournament organization and management, from player management, localization, clean feed, broadcast, anything that has to do with the esports ecosystem, and to make sure that we deliver to the really high standards that are out there internationally. And I think that with the help of Abu Dhabi and all the beautiful projects we have from the publishers as well, because eyes are on the region, we will be in a very good place in the coming six months to a year, and be a reference for esports broadcasting and management for the region and hopefully globally.
Amazing. Thank you, Serge, for the introduction. Now we have David representing the Emirates Esports Association, who has an HQ based in Abu Dhabi and part of the Yas Creative Hub. David, hello.
Omar, good afternoon. How are you?
Good to be afternoon. Here. I'm good. How are you feeling today?
Great. Absolutely superb. It's a good day to be
amazing.
In Abu Dhabi.
Can you tell us more about the Emirates Esports Association and what is your role in developing the gaming industry?
Sure. So I'm very blessed to be involved as an advisor for Emirates Esports on strategy and international relations, and we're very fortunate to have worked closely with a number of stakeholders within the region. And most recent initiative was partnering up with Abu Dhabi Gaming to headquarter here. But prior to that, we're very fortunate to help the UAE government put a concept together that was their first ever initiative into gaming, which was great, which was a 3-act play around which slipstream through tolerance, the tolerance mission. And it was the esports, well, the final element was the esports gaming, the UAE tolerance games. But prior to that, we put a policy body together which involved very high caliber board members with His Highness Sheikh Nayan, the Chief of Staff of President Carter's office. We've got the Sports Commissioner of Malaysia. We've got the CEO of Special Olympics involved. We've also got the President of the Asian Esports Federation and a number of other dignitaries, which is a great opportunity to move this tolerance mission within esports and gaming. We're
Amazing.
Really excited.
That's very excited. Thank you, David. And now we have Christoph, the manager of Team Nigma, the world's best Dota team, who's going to be part of Abu Dhabi's community. So hi, Christoph.
Hi. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for your time. And Christoph, what is Nigma? Who's Nigma? And what do you guys do with Dota?
Yeah, so Team Nigma is an esports organization. We started our project almost 1 year ago with 5 of the most successful players. And we're actually competing in Dota 2. Dota 2 is one of the biggest esports titles globally. We are really excited to open our headquarters in Abu Dhabi, especially because of that the most of our players are living in the region or having their roots there. So it's just a perfect fit for us. And additionally, we will expand into other esports titles in the near future with focus on Arabic talent. We think that the Middle East is a bit forgotten on the global esports stage. So hopefully we can change that together with Abu Dhabi, and additionally also bring some local and Middle Eastern talent to the international stage. So we are really excited about that. Yeah.
Well, having a few of your team members coming out of this side of the world to the international stage shows how this side of the world is just rich with talent. And having all of you, whether it was Empire Play or the Emirates Esports Association and Team Nigma, will help us in taking these talents to the next level for sure. Thank you, Christoph, for the introduction. Now going back to Serge. Serge, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
What makes a quality esports production, and what aspect of a production do the fans value the most?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. So I'll start by just going one step back. We've been working with publishers, and publishers are the standard of quality, if I may say that. And we've been doing recurrent projects with a number of different publishers for the region, white labeled most of them under their umbrella, and we got to learn the hard way what quality means. And basically the outcome of this learning, and now we're in a very good place, and I'm happy that the team has done a fantastic job in getting there, is basically a stream that doesn't drop. This is very important. Viewers, when they watch a game, when they watch a tournament or a league or whatever event, they don't want the stream to drop. They want to make sure that everything is smooth and the connection doesn't lag, and all this and all the different aspects of the game are fully covered. And this is sometimes a challenge. This is sometimes a challenge with some of the internet restrictions we have in the regions, but we always find a way to make make it work. Quality of design is super important. It needs to be edgy, it needs to be relevant, it needs to be on brand. So that's an aspect of production that needs to be fully covered. And the casting and hosts and analysts that we put on board on everything that we do, and this is the biggest challenge, because they need to be super knowledgeable. And sometimes when there's new games, for instance, Valorant is one of the games that we were producing. It's a new game, so finding relevant and knowledgeable talent and camera friendly talent is a challenge. But we're happy that we've got the praise from the publisher. So we're on the right track. So if I wanted to sum it up, basically is excelling on every aspect of the broadcast, whether it's creative, technical, or talent management, on the talent management aspect. And to answer the second part of your question on what do the viewers want to see, well, one, they want to see a quality game, that's for sure, but they also want to see relevant stats and data and a good analysis on what's happening, and not just talking for talking. Really going in depth on the gameplay, knowing what was right, what was wrong. Most of the viewers are gamers themselves, so they want to learn from what they see, and not just listen to I'm gonna say random people just talking about something that's happening, but really go in depth. So this is what I believe what we need to master in order for us to be on the international quality standards.
Amazing. Thank you, Serge. Now I have a question to Christoph.
Yeah.
So you manage the world's most successful esports players, and they are all from this region. Have you had have you had to make any big decisions on competing on competition game day? And do you have any memories that stands out?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think this question would be better for my partner Mohammed. But let me take this question into another direction. What really stands out to me with the team is that they're playing now, 4 of them playing now together for more than 4 years, and this always on top, right? They won the International 7, 4th place at the International 8, sadly just 2nd place at TI9. But by the way, I will think we will win the next international. So, but that's unique in esports, right? You will not find something like this again, and it just makes a lot of fun to working together with this team, also in challenging times, right? It's just great.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Christoph. Now, David, we all heard about the success of the Tolerance Games, and it reached all of the communities in the 7 Emirates. Can you tell me what surprised you the most about the event success?
That's a great question, Omar. I think the fact was it was very well received by the community, and I thought we beated it as a national event first time through across 4 titles, but the next phase, the response that we got was great, and so we've now been asked to put the next edition not just at a regional level, but consider putting it as the global Tolerance Games, which was quite exciting. So that was very well received because it was Emirates Esports. Along with the UAE government initiative, it was well received at that level. And I think one of the things about the UAE is, they're very, it's a very interesting area for them to go into, a bold area for them to go into, esports and gaming, which and now that they are other nations, it gives us the opportunity to be first and foremost leading the way. I think it's taken a while to move in this direction, but now there's a decision to move. I think it's going to be very positive, and also Abu Dhabi is now leading the charge.
Absolutely, and since that we talked about Abu Dhabi leading. Now this is a question to 3 of you, and whoever wants to answer first, please feel free to do so. So what are your hopes for the future of the esports community in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, so let me start first. My dream would be that Abu Dhabi will be the light tower for esports and gaming for the whole region, and I think it will. And additionally, that it will snowball into other great things for the esports and gaming community within Abu Dhabi and the whole region. That more partners and investors coming in to just support the local scene, and also hopefully that will become a bit easier to qualify for international events, because at the moment it's really difficult and hard. And also that we hopefully will have more local talent on the international esports stage, right? To also that they play for other big teams from NA, Europe, and Asia. I think that would be really, really cool.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with you. Serge, you're nodding.
Yeah, I mean, how can we not agree with Christoph? Absolutely. The UAE and Abu Dhabi and Dubai as well, I'm going to put them all under the same, obviously, basket, has always been very, very strong in moving forward with initiatives. And I think everybody understands that there's no running away from a new form of entertainment. I think we're going to embrace esports because it's now part of the sports ecosystem generally worldwide, and I think in other regions of the world it's going to continue to grow. And we've always in the UAE always felt that as an Arab nation we are proud to see a country that not only follows global initiatives but leads them and make it better and make it stronger. Mission to Mars is a very good example for that. And I really hope that that esports will be on the agenda for the coming 10 years at least on the national level, and other regional players will follow for us to finally we know the talents exist, so finally have a platform for these talents to rise, grow, and for companies like, I think, and entities like all three of us right here, and four of us actually right here, to make sure that we shape it in the right way, and all of us grow and create an ecosystem where we might see hundreds and thousands of companies thriving to make all of this work.
Absolutely. David, any thoughts?
No, I agree with both Serge and Christoph, but I think, what I like to see is that Abu Dhabi is embracing the whole ecosystem, and it is a Abu Dhabi strategy, not a fragmented strategy, which is a very solid foundation. And as Christoph says, this serves as a lighthouse, I'd say a beacon to the region and also the world, and it just adds another level to the Emirate and to the UAE, which makes it a global hub and hopefully a leader in class.
Yep.
Absolutely, and I can confirm to you guys that AD Gaming, as a brand, as a team, as a presence, is extremely excited to work with all of you. And I'm sure we're going to celebrate very soon with the huge achievements that we all gonna achieve. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to all of you.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll meet soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Omar.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for that interesting panel. We now have an extra special announcement from John Licorice, the CEO of our partner company Flash Entertainment, who will talk about their plans for the future of esports in Abu Dhabi.
At Flash Entertainment, we are delighted to be the strategic partner for Abu Dhabi Gaming. As the region's leading entertainment events provider, we are at the forefront of the region's rapidly changing entertainment landscape, bringing innovation, unmissable, and unique experiences to our fans across the region. As the platform grows and live events return, we hope to welcome the esports community to the newly launched Etihad Arena on Yas Island, which will become the home of esports in the Middle East. We will be bringing 4 exciting new esports events to the AD Gaming platform this year, as we look to diversify our offering to our fans and support the launch of AD Gaming in the market.
Let the final battle begin.
Thank you, John. We're very excited to see all of these events happening here in Abu Dhabi. And now, let's take a look at the next generation of esports racing talent, Yasid.
That was amazing. We had a number of exciting announcements today, and we'd like to thank you all for joining us in this amazing journey. And it's just the first step towards revolutionizing the gaming and esports industry in the region. But before we go, I'd like to announce the launch of our new platform, adgaming.ae. Let's have a look.